Waste. It's a word heavy with meaning, evoking images of overflowing landfills and environmental decay. Waste is more than just a physical entity. It carries an emotional weight, a silent reminder of loss. When we discard something, we acknowledge its perceived lack of value, severing our connection to it. This essay delves into the often overlooked issue of food waste, a significant contributor to the global waste crisis. In our daily lives, we encounter a constant stream of waste, a byproduct of our consumption and activities. This waste stream can be broadly classified into two primary categories: organic and inorganic waste. Organic waste, also known as biodegradable waste, encompasses materials derived from living organisms. This includes food scraps, yard waste, and paper products. The key characteristic of organic waste is its ability to decompose naturally over time. In contrast, inorganic waste consists of materials that do not readily decompose, such as plastics, metals, and glass. The management of both organic and inorganic waste streams is crucial for minimizing our environmental impact and conserving valuable resources. By understanding the distinct properties of these waste streams, we can make informed choices about waste reduction, disposal, and resource recovery. Food waste stands as a stark paradox in a world grappling with hunger and resource scarcity. Over 1/3 of all food produced globally ends up wasted, amounting to a staggering 1.3 billion tons of edible food lost annually. This wasted bounty could nourish millions, alleviate hunger, and reduce the strain on our planet's resources. The global cost of food waste is estimated at trillions of dollars annually, accounting for losses in production, transportation, storage, and disposal. Beyond the economic cost, food waste exacts a heavy toll on the environment. When food decomposes in landfills, it releases methane, a potent greenhouse gas that contributes significantly to climate change. Addressing the food waste crisis demands a multifaceted approach, involving stakeholders across the entire food supply chain. By tackling food waste, we can move towards a more sustainable and equitable food system. Food waste doesn't materialize out of thin air. It's a byproduct of a complex journey that food takes from farm to fork. This journey can be broadly categorized into four main stages: production, processing, distribution, and consumption. At the production stage, losses occur due to factors such as adverse weather conditions, pests, and inefficient harvesting practices. Once harvested, food moves into the processing stage, where it is cleaned, sorted, packaged, and transformed into various products. The distribution stage involves transporting food from processing plants to retailers and consumers. Losses during this stage can occur due to inadequate storage facilities, temperature fluctuations during transport, and improper handling. Finally, food reaches the consumption stage, where households, restaurants, and other food service establishments play a significant role in food waste generation. Consumer behavior, driven by factors such as overpurchasing, improper storage, and a lack of awareness about food waste, contributes significantly to the problem. Plate waste, leftovers discarded due to spoilage, and food thrown away past its best-by date all contribute to the staggering amount of food wasted at this final stage. Section 5. The inedible truth, unavoidable food waste. While the term food waste often evokes images of perfectly edible food being discarded, it's essential to recognize that not all food waste is created equal. Some food waste is unavoidable, a natural consequence of consuming certain foods. This category, known as unavoidable food waste, encompasses parts of plants and animals that are not typically consumed by humans. Consider the humble banana. We relish its creamy flesh, but discard its peel without a second thought. Similarly, when we enjoy a juicy mango, we discard the large seed at its core. The same principle applies to animal products. Bones, cartilage, and certain organs, while nutritious, are not commonly consumed in many cultures. It's important to distinguish between unavoidable food waste and avoidable food waste, which refers to edible food that is discarded due to spoilage, over-preparation, or other preventable reasons. By minimizing avoidable food waste and finding innovative uses for unavoidable waste streams, we can move towards a more sustainable and efficient food system. Section 6: From field to waste food extraction loss. Before a single morsel of food reaches our tables, a significant portion of potential sustenance is lost during the initial stages of the food supply chain. This hidden loss, known as food extraction loss, occurs during the harvesting and processing of raw agricultural commodities. Consider the journey of a root vegetable, such as a carrot or potato. As these vegetables are harvested from the ground, a portion of the roots may be left behind, remaining in the soil to decompose. Fruits and vegetables, delicate and perishable by nature, are particularly vulnerable to loss during extraction. Bruising, blemishes, and other cosmetic imperfections, often occurring during harvesting and handling, can lead to rejection by buyers and consumers alike. In developing countries, where access to technology and infrastructure may be limited, food extraction losses can be particularly acute. Addressing food extraction losses requires a multi-pronged approach, involving investments in technology, infrastructure, and training. By tackling food loss at its source, we can increase food availability, reduce waste, and enhance the sustainability of our food systems. Section 7: Processing waste, the hidden cost of production. The journey from farm to fork is a complex one, involving numerous steps to transform raw agricultural commodities into the food we consume. While food processing is essential for preserving food, extending its shelf life and ensuring its safety, it also generates a significant amount of waste. Consider the production of dairy products, such as milk, cheese, and yogurt. During the cheese-making process, for instance, milk is separated into curds and whey. The production of fruit juices is another example of a process that generates significant amounts of waste. After the juice is extracted, the remaining pulp, seeds, and peels are often discarded. The meat processing industry also generates significant amounts of waste, including bones, fat trimmings, and offal. Addressing processing waste requires a shift towards a more circular economy approach, where byproducts are seen as valuable resources rather than disposable waste. Investing in research and development to identify innovative uses for these materials can help reduce waste, minimize environmental impact, and create new economic opportunities. By embracing innovation and circular economy principles, we can transform byproducts into valuable resources. Section 8: The consumer culprit, waste at home and beyond. While food loss occurs throughout the supply chain, consumers play a significant role in the global food waste epidemic. One of the primary culprits of consumer food waste is overpurchasing. Enticed by supermarket displays, bulk discounts, and a desire to be well stocked, we often purchase more food than we can realistically consume before it spoils. Improper storage further exacerbates the problem. Fruits and vegetables sensitive to ethylene gas are often stored incorrectly, leading to premature ripening and spoilage. Confusion over date labeling also contributes to consumer confusion and waste. Best by and use by dates, often misinterpreted as indicators of food safety, lead consumers to discard perfectly edible food out of fear of spoilage. Addressing consumer food waste requires a multifaceted approach, involving education, behavior change, and innovative solutions. Promoting meal planning, encouraging proper storage techniques, and clarifying date labeling can empower consumers to make informed choices that minimize waste. Additionally, initiatives that encourage creative use of leftovers and promote food-sharing platforms can help divert edible food from landfills. By making conscious choices about the food we buy, store, and consume, we can significantly reduce our individual footprint. Section 9: A call to action from waste to sustenance. Food waste is not an insurmountable challenge, but a symptom of a broken food system. By reducing food loss and waste, we can address multiple challenges simultaneously, alleviating hunger, conserving resources, mitigating climate change, and building a more resilient food system. Farmers, equipped with knowledge and technology, can adopt climate-smart agricultural practices that minimize losses during production. Food processors, embracing innovation and circular economy principles, can transform byproducts into valuable resources. Retailers, by optimizing their supply chains and educating consumers, can reduce waste at the point of sale. And we, as consumers, hold immense power. By making conscious choices about the food we buy, store, and consume, we can significantly reduce our individual footprint. Food waste is not merely an environmental issue, it's a social justice issue, an economic issue, and a moral imperative. Let us rise to this challenge, embrace the opportunity for change, and build a future where sustenance for all is not a dream, but a delicious reality.